Today, about 43 inmates started the riot at the Cascade County Detention Center. It lasted for several hours. It's still unclear right now what caused the riot. According to Sheriff Edwards, detectives from the Cascade County Sheriff's Office are still investigating the incident that happened in the Inn Pod. The Sheriff's Office SWAT team and the detention center's cell extraction team gained control and were able to defuse the situation. A lockdown on the jail has now been lifted, but the Inn Pod is still under a lockdown. There were no injuries to staff or inmates during this incident. Now, they are expecting to file several felony charges once the investigation is over. Sheriff Edwards says they expect the damages to cost well over the original $10,000 he said over the weekend.
It's been 1 week since Sheriff Edwards released that he will not be accepting nonviolent misdemeanor warrants and nonviolent misdemeanors into the jail. As of this morning, there are 488 inmates housed in the Cascade County Detention Center. That's down from the 531 inmates from 1 week ago. According to the sheriff, the detention center is broken up into two different facilities. 154 beds are under a 20-year contract with the state of Montana. There are also the maximum security units. That leaves 188 beds for the county inmates. Now,
last week, Commander Dan O'Fallon broke down how they ended up being overcrowded. There are 167 pretrial felons. One person's being held by the Cascade County Sheriff's Office. 29 inmates are being held for the City of Great Falls Court, and there are 4 for Justice Court, another 4 for District Court. Lastly, there are 4 being held for Treatment Court. O'Fallon says it was the federal inmates that pushed their number up to 531.
A congregation of a huge amount of inmates here that belong to the federal government. And one of our inmates that we had there had scabies. They had rented or leased a commercial airline to do the trip because their airplane was broke. They refused all inmates. Of course, then everybody else that we got inmates from refused their inmates because they didn't want them back. So we were stuck last week with 88 federal inmates.
O'Fallon says that they have been able to move some of those inmates to other facilities in the area.